Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at 3 unique things to do in Edinburgh. How are you all? Hope you're all happy and healthy and well out there today. Today we are going to take a wander around central Edinburgh and have a look at 3 things that you can do in Edinburgh that are fairly unique. Now, I had trouble titling this video because unique feels like, you know, that you could probably only do in Edinburgh. I am sure you could do these things in other countries or cities in one way or another, or at least something very similar. Well, maybe not one of them, but anyway, so these are 3 things that maybe a little bit different. I'm going to use the title unique, but maybe a little bit different. So 3 things that if you want to come to Edinburgh and try something, well, let's just have a look at them. So right now, let's tell you where I am. Right beside me here is the beautiful Festival Theatre here in Edinburgh. If I walk straight down that way, that's the Royal Mile. If I get down to about there, that's the Tron Kirk at the corner of the Royal Mile. So that's the Royal Mile crossing right there. And if I keep going down, I get to Princes Street and the Balmoral Hotel. That's exactly where I am. The corner right down the bottom there, the start of Princes Street, the Balmoral Hotel. All I've done is walk up this road, up South Bridge, to where, opposite the Festival Theatre, and we get this. I mean, look at this building anyway. I mean, if you're wanting some cool pictures and such like, this is definitely a place to come and spot. You know, there's a reason why Edinburgh is called the Athens of the North. Did you know it was called the Athens of the North? Well, it is. Anyway, this is Surgeons Hall Museum. And in here, well, it's kind of exactly what it says on the tin. It's a hall for things you would see in surgery. I can't film in here, and to tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to. You're not allowed to take film, footage, or pictures, or anything, because you can go in here and you can wander around essentially body parts from everything. Dental museum, lungs, skin, anything. So you can see here, Surgeons Hall Museum, Pathology Museum, the History of Surgery and Dentistry Museum, Body Voyager. Hopefully that'll give you an idea, but it's just in there. Straight down there. That's the entrance right there. We did it a couple of years ago. Kirsten's fascinated by that sort of thing. I'll have to, it's not really my thing, but I'll have to say I did find it fascinating. Slightly disturbing, but fascinating. Now here's something that is unique about it. I'm sure you could get things like this in other parts of the world, and I'm sure you could, I remember there was that thing that toured the world where the guy skinned things, and you could see things like this right now. I'm blabbering with this because I'm not quite sure how to phrase it. It's an odd one. But what you could see in here that is completely unique is, if you all remember the tale of Burke and Hare, the body snatchers? Well, the punishment for one of them, Mr. Burke, who used to steal bodies. Well, not steal bodies, they never robbed a grave in their life because they were way too lazy, but they did used to kill people and then sell the bodies to Dr. Knox, so then he could use them in autopsy classes to teach the anatomy to medical students. It's a true story, in case you didn't know that. Don't go by the Simon Pegg film. Ignore the Simon Pegg film. But his punishment for doing this, I'm blabbering today, I'm sorry. His punishment for killing people and selling their body to medical science, essentially, was to be killed and have his body donated to medical science. So, he was hung. He was then taken here. They performed an autopsy in class on his body as punishment. His skeleton is on display sometimes in here, so you can go in and see his actual skeleton, and a purse, wait for it, a purse made from the skin of his bum. Unique things to do in Edinburgh, number one. I will leave any information about that in the description, so if you're interested in going to that, check their website for opening times and prices and things. That's number one. Speaking of unique things in Edinburgh, that's fairly unique. Number two, unique things to do in Edinburgh. Explore the closes of the Royal Mile. I mean, this one's a given, this one's probably obvious, but I haven't really mentioned to go do this for a while. Now, for those of you who maybe don't know, about 3-4 years ago, I did an entire series where we went up and down every single close on the Royal Mile. If you want to go check that out, you can. I'll leave a link in the corner and again a link in the description, so if you want to go watch that entire playlist, that entire series. Disclaimer, when I got to this part of the town, the Cannon Gate, in one of the videos I accidentally called the Cow Gate. I know about it, okay, I know about it. Did it a long time ago, and it's one of those things in my head, I keep having a brain fart, essentially, where I keep doing that. I keep calling the Cow Gate the Cannon Gate, and the Cannon Gate the Cow Gate. It's the Cannon Gate, I know that, okay. But anyway, explore the closes of the Royal Mile. You will find some unique, especially if you're into taking pictures or you're looking for something peaceful. Go down. Some of them you'll find nothing. Some of them are just a close, so it'll take you down to a different area. But then maybe a shortcut that you didn't know about in your time here. Some of them will be a dead end. But some of them, like Dunbar Close here, just to tell you where we are. We're at the bottom end of the Royal Mile, about halfway, 3/4 of the way down the Cannon Gate. Holyrood Palace just there, Scottish Parliament, Starbucks, Christmas shop, and Dunbar Close. And then you find something like this. Look at this, look how beautiful and peaceful and hidden this is. So unless you're brave enough to go down them and have a little look inside Dunbar Close or any of the closes, then how are you going to know about this? Isn't it beautiful? It's small. It's a tiny little garden where you can just come, sit, grab a coffee, sit down, chill, relax, get some beautiful pictures for you Insta people. Speaking of which, are you following Clan Broonford on Instagram? Are you? Are you? There's a QR code there which can take you to our Instagram for Clan Broonford. Or are you following Scottish Memories on Instagram? There's a QR code there which could take you to our Scottish Memories Instagram as well. So, you know, go to them. But for those of you, look at that, there's just a space. Sit, chill, have a picnic on the Royal Mile, just off the Royal Mile, and look how secluded and private, and no one here. It's the middle of the day. You can see it's busy on the Royal Mile, the things are getting busy. I'm the only person here. That's what you want, little hidden gems like that, and you'll only find them if you go searching in the closes of the Royal Mile. Actually, hidden gardens like this in general, again, keep your eye out, you'll find more of them. There's a few little hidden gems like this around town. But definitely, check out the closes. Don't be afraid, you never know what you might find. Including some beautiful little cafes or bistros or businesses or tourist attractions or lots of things that you just might miss unless you check them out. I'm getting passionate now because you need to do it. You need to do it. Actually, just before we move on, it's difficult to make this out now, unfortunately. It looks like it's worn away a little bit there. That Dunbar Close garden. Something that looks like land out. The character of something Edinburgh 17th century country gardens in 1977. Something was donated which was maybe donated by something, the Mushroom Trust, to the city of Edinburgh. So there you go. The garden was donated by the Mushroom Trust to the city of Edinburgh. Go the Mushroom Trust. We so need that on a t-shirt. Oh, it's windy up here. And last but by no means least, no, I'm not going to say the castle. Way too obvious. Way too obvious. Of course you go to the castle. Of course you could uniquely say I went to Edinburgh Castle. And yeah, there's only one Edinburgh Castle, but there's not only one castle in Edinburgh. So I wouldn't say massively unique. It is, but at the same time it isn't. This. Come see this scaffolding. This is the most unique scaffolding in the world. No, you can see right now, this is them setting up the seating, rostra seating, whatever you want to call it, for the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, which is a military show. I'm actually standing on the stage of it right now. The esplanade of Edinburgh Castle becomes the stage. There is seating, stadium-style seating, set up all the way around. That's what they're doing right now. All the way around here, with Edinburgh Castle as the backdrop for the show, and Scottish and pipe bands and other military bands and performers and Scottish country dancing and everything that you could probably think of like that perform here for you. It is, I want to say, uniquely Edinburgh, but I don't think I can, because I know on occasion they take it to Australia. It's still the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. They can't take the castle, but they do take a big stand-up picture of it for the backdrop. But it is something you can only do in Edinburgh, really, truthfully. Sitting at the top with that as a backdrop, with that real thing as a backdrop, you can only do it here. Now, if you're interested in doing the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, I'll leave in the description, so I'll leave a link in the description to the website. Or, sorry, it's windy. Or if you're lucky, you can buy tickets. Oh, it's getting windy, it's getting windy! You can buy tickets here, if you're lucky, just down the road at the bottom of Coburn Street. So, that's Princess Street, right there. That's Waverley Bridge. There's the Scott Monument, you see that right there? There is the Edinburgh Dungeons. I'm on the corner of Coburn Street, and right behind me, that's where you could buy tickets for the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. Now, I know it looks kind of nondescript. You might not be sure, you might miss it. You might just gently see in the window there, you know, Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. But if you're unsure, they do, I think, have some nice subtle things in the window just to help you find it as well. So it's not open right now, but when you're here, if you want to chance buying a ticket for it, this is where you would come. But truthfully, get your camera out, have a look at that, and that'll be tickets for this year. Here to help, people, here to help. However, if you do want to come here and chance buying tickets, you may be too late. A lot of times that will just have a queue down the road first thing in the morning for people waiting to see if there's any returns of tickets, because it sells out quick. You better go to the website, trying to book it in advance. It's the first time it's going to be running since 2019. It got cancelled in 2020, it didn't happen in 2021. It's the first time it's going to be happening for 3 years essentially. So if you want to do it, get your tickets now. Oh, I had to leave the Esplanade there at Royal Mill. Way too windy, I hope you could hear me. But yeah, Edinburgh Royal Military Tattoo. I know it's probably a bit of a gimme, really, being a big one. It's the rain on the lens. I apologise. It is a bit of a gimme, it's a big one, and I think that there's plenty more of these I could do, unique things to do in Edinburgh. But I had to get that one in there, and especially if some of you are coming for the summer and you're thinking about wanting to go and get tickets, get them now. get them now if you're going to go for it and you're going to do it. Go now. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it's probably one of the most unique shows you'll ever see in the world. In fact, there's even a Clan Broonford subscriber who has been a Clan Broonford subscriber for many years. I had the pleasure of meeting them previously. Who is performing in it. Kevin, hello, how are you? He's coming over from the States because there's pipe bands that play in it from all around the world, not just Scotland. So, yeah. Anyway, I think we will leave it there for today. Hope you've enjoyed that. 3 unique things. There are more, we will do more. But there's 3 unique things for you to try when you're in Edinburgh. One of them, you've probably never heard of. The second one, you probably heard of but might not do, but definitely do it. Definitely explore those close to the Royal Mile. And the third one, well, you know what? I bet you some of you have never heard of the Edinburgh Royal Military Tattoo. I keep forgetting to say Royal. Because, again, it's quite Edinburgh. But I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if you've done any of those, or let me know other ones if you know any other unique things to do in Edinburgh, and I can do a 2 or a 3 or a 4 of these. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Please remember to come subscribe, join Clan Broonford. It would genuinely mean the world. If you want to support it as well, you can always become a patron. I want to give a massive shout out to those who do support on Patreon, every single one of you. I can quite honestly say, if it wasn't for the support on Patreon, I wouldn't be able to keep doing the channel. I just wouldn't. So it's because of them that I can keep going. If you want to support, please check out the Patreon. There's a link in the description. Or, you know, there's some cool merch. You should be able to see it in the table underneath if you're watching on YouTube. But, look after yourselves. Till next time. Bye, humans.